Welcome to Listen and Learn English, where you can improve your English at your own pace. Our narrators are all native English speakers, and their words are displayed so that you can read along and practice your English vocabulary. It's a great way to learn, so sit back, relax, and let's get into the video. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Chapter 4. The Rabbit Sends in a Little Bill. Alice was still trying to make sense of everything that had just happened when she heard the sound of running feet. Looking up, she saw the White Rabbit coming toward her in a rush. He looked nervous and was muttering to himself, "Oh, the Duchess, the Duchess! She'll be so angry if I keep her waiting. Oh, my fur and whiskers," he cried. "Where could I have dropped them?" It didn't take Alice long to realize that he was talking about his gloves and fan. Wanting to be helpful, she began looking around for them. But nothing was as it had been before. Since her swim in the pool, everything had shifted, and the great hall with a glass table and tiny door had disappeared completely. The rabbit soon spotted Alice and barked at her. "Why, Marianne, what are you doing out here? Run home this instant and bring me a pair of gloves and a fan. Now, quickly." Startled by his stern tone, Alice didn't argue. Without correcting him, she ran in the direction he pointed. "He thinks I'm his maid," she muttered while running. "He's going to be shocked when he finds out who I really am. Still, I suppose I ought to get those gloves and the fan, if I can find them." Soon she came across a tidy little house with a shiny brass plate reading, "W. Rabbit." Without hesitation, she went in and hurried upstairs, hoping to avoid the actual Marianne. She found herself in a clean little room with a table by the window. As she hoped, a fan and several small pairs of white gloves were laid out neatly. She picked up one pair and the fan, ready to head out, when she noticed a small bottle by the mirror. It had no label this time, no "Drink Me." But Alice, always curious, uncorked it and said to herself, "Something interesting always happens when I eat or drink here. Maybe this will make me grow again. I'm tired of being so tiny." And grow she did, far faster than expected. She hadn't finished half the bottle when her head pressed against the ceiling. Panicking, she set the bottle down. "That's quite enough. I hope I stop now. I can't even fit through the door anymore. I shouldn't have drunk so much." But it was too late. She kept growing until she had to kneel, then lie down. With one elbow jammed against the door and the other arm curled around her head. Desperate, she extended one arm out of the window and stuck a foot up the chimney. "I can't do anything more now," she sighed. "What's going to become of me?" Fortunately, the bottle's effects wore off, but she remained wedged uncomfortably in the room. It was so much better at home, she thought miserably. No growing, no shrinking, no orders from mice and rabbits. Maybe I shouldn't have followed that rabbit down the hole. Still, this is kind of fascinating. It's like living in a storybook. Someone ought to write about me. I will, when I grow up. Though, come to think of it, there's no room to grow anymore. She continued talking to herself in this back and forth way until a noise outside made her pause. "Marianne, Marianne, bring me my gloves now," shouted a voice. Then came the footsteps on the stairs. Alice panicked and trembled so much she made the house shake, forgetting entirely how much larger she was than the rabbit now. The rabbit tried to open the door, but Alice's elbow was pressed against it. It wouldn't budge. A new plan was hatched. Someone decided that Bill the lizard would go down the chimney. Alice readied herself. As she heard scratching in the chimney, she said, "This must be Bill." And with that, she gave one strong kick. Bill flew up and out like a rocket. "There goes Bill," someone shouted. The next moment, pebbles started flying through the window. A few hit her. "Stop that," she shouted. "Silence." She noticed the pebbles were turning into little cakes. Aha! If these cakes affect my size, they'll probably make me smaller. She quickly ate one and began shrinking. As soon as she was small enough, she darted out of the door and found a group of animals waiting. Poor Bill was being propped up by 2 guinea pigs. The moment the crowd saw Alice, they charged. She ran as fast as she could until she was deep in a thick forest. Now, she said, catching her breath, I need to grow back to my proper size and then find that beautiful garden. That's the plan. Simple as it sounded, she had no idea how to do either. As she scanned her surroundings, a sharp bark above made her look up. A giant puppy was staring at her with wide eyes, one paw reaching forward. Poor thing, Alice cooed nervously. She tried to whistle, though she trembled at the thought that the puppy might be hungry. She grabbed a stick and held it out. The puppy leapt with joy, barking, and dashed toward it. Alice dodged behind a tall thistle to avoid being flattened. The puppy ran in circles, charging playfully at the stick and then retreating, until it finally sat tongue out, panting. Seeing her chance, Alice made a run for it. She didn't stop until the barking faded behind her. What a sweet puppy, she said, resting against a buttercup and fanning herself with a leaf. If only I were the right size, I'd teach it tricks, but first I still have to grow again. Now how can I do that? Eat something? Drink something? But what? She scanned the ground and noticed a large mushroom nearby, as tall as she was. She circled it, then decided to see what was on top. Stretching on tiptoe, she peeked over the edge and locked eyes with a large blue caterpillar, calmly sitting atop the mushroom, smoking a long hookah and not paying her the slightest attention. And with that strange sight, Alice's next adventure was about to begin. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please support us by giving it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We release new videos just like this one each week, so join us and listen to learn English.